Hey Leos, how y'all doing? Welcome. We're going to be taking a look at your second half of November general reading here. So in the meditation, I saw the image of a dolphin immediately, and I saw the dolphin have some head pain and then like submerge itself deep within the ocean. I saw it go into like an underwater cocoon and heal, like in this underwater cocoon dolphin pod. And then I saw the image of the yin and yang come and start circling and glowing. So that was the meditation, short but sweet. Dolphin energy is a hybrid energy as it equates to the Ace of Cups and the Six of Cups. So the Ace of Cups being about self-love, big intuitive insight, self-care, right? Also Six of Cups is about, allowing yourself to be present in the moment that you're in, but also past nostalgia, remembering the past in a worse or better light than it actually occurred. This aspect of the dolphin energy as well, it's a very, like animal medicine wise, dolphin energy is very playful. Dolphins are highly intelligent. They have beautiful, beautiful brains. There's an aspect of this coming through around perhaps you are in need of some self-care or to engage in a sort of healing cocoon of your own in some way, shape, or form, especially those of you, I'm being really drawn to tension around the head or pain around the head, headaches, tension headaches. If you're squinting like this a lot, it concentrate like tension around the head or something around this, like pain. I'm seeing it's about self-care. It's about hydrating yourself, quite literally, as we're seeing, emerge in the ocean. There's something about that coming to balance in order to achieve your yin and yang. Now, what's really cool about this is that we're entering into Sagittarius season, which is about balance, that yin and yang balance, right? It's about equilibrium and patience and harmony. So I feel like that's coming through for you as well, but it feels like your spirit, your soul, but also your physical body is asking for some TLC and to engage in that TLC in a way that is, yes, an act of self-care, but also to reclaim the aspects of yourself that maybe are adulting a little bit too hard. Okay, what it feels like. So let's go ahead and see what your cards say. Hey Leos, let's go ahead and see what your animal energy is for the second half of November. Animal energy for second. Oh, I love this. Okay. So we got the Beaver. This is one of my favorites. I'm well acquainted with Beaver energy in my own life and times. It comes up for me quite a bit. A little bit of a personal note there. So Beaver energy is stunning. It is water energy, but it's also tied to the land as well. And it equates to that of the Eight of Pentacles in the Tarot, but also it's another hybrid, interestingly enough, because you got the Dolphin in the meditation, which is that hybrid energy of the Ace of Cups meeting Six of Cups. The Beaver is a hybrid of the Eight of Pentacles and the King of Cups, which is really interesting, that earth and water there. Eight of Pentacles, the tagline for Eight of Pentacles is hard work and talent meeting up with divine timing or divine opportunity, right? But what I really, really love about the Beaver is that there's an aspect of this that speaks of like the work that you do, like the actual physical work, how you make your money, your own personal industry, all of that. But then there's also like doing the work, as in the important work of self-work, self-growth, self-actualization, right? So this also comes up for me to represent therapy as well, or therapeutic pastimes, right? As in self-care, like we saw in the meditation. That's why I giggled when it came out, because it's so on the nose, or on the teeth, I should say. So the King of Cups also is about that balanced emotions as well. It's that emotional equilibrium, but also that emotional intelligence. And I feel like for y'all, there's an aspect of that King of Cups coming in to say, you're being asked to embrace a higher level of emotional intelligence when it comes to your own needs. Emotional responsibility as well. I feel like you guys are giving from a cup that has long since been dried out. You're being asked to refill it. I keep getting a lot of tension around the head. Could be having headaches or just really feeling overwhelmed in the mind. Hydrate thyself, connect with the earth, hydrate with water and self-care and your own personal, therapeutic cocoon, whatever that is for you. It feels incredibly important though. was incredibly important. Let's see what's going on. Ooh, beautiful, beautiful. So major arcana right off the bat here with the high priest. So this is the Hierophant Taurus energy. You know, I quite like this key a lot because this speaks of, yes, it is tradition, marriage, a uniform way of going about things, but there's also an aspect to this that says everything is going to be exactly as it's meant to. There's nothing that you can do to screw it up. There's nothing that you could do that is going to take you off the given course that you're on, you know, for the worse, that you are on your divine path and everything is aligning. So I really, 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 really like that for you. And I feel like for some of y'all, this is going to come as a source of comfort. Some of you may be well aware of this. You may feel this intrinsically, but I feel like for others, it's like, oh, that feels really nice to hear. It's really, really nice. So I do feel like there's this aspect as well where you are being lined up for something that is going to require more of you. And at the moment, you're being asked to refill your reserve tanks so that you have everything that you need within and around you to meet this new opportunity that's coming your way, okay? Isn't it nice when we get a heads up? Okay. Whoa, I just said a heads up, and then we have the Hanged Man with like his head all aglow. How funny is that? So this is the Hanged Man in reverse. So I'm gonna flip him in the upright for the sake of the visual here. But you got a lot of major arcanas going on so far. So major arcanas, destined or fated events, right? If you see a minor, you can change those, right? But this is impermanent marker. So the Hanged Man, this is about taking some time out to flip your perspective and see things differently or more clearly, or consider other options that maybe you haven't previously seen. With this flipped up or in the upright where his head is above his feet, and then we have the raven over here, which is flipped upside down, I feel like there's a sense of disconnect and an unwillingness to either slow down or consider alternative options. You may be so overwhelmed with work or other matters of your experience that go, yes, I feel the need to cocoon. Yes, I feel the need to slow down and do self-care, but I do not have the time or ability or even that option, right? It feels like there's a resistance to this as well. Let me just put it to you this way. Are there times when you are quite busy where you are wearing that as an excuse or as a piece of armor? People do wear busyness as armor. It's like if I keep myself really busy, or I embrace the busyness and I don't even consider how to, schedule in some time to not be busy if that's what you got to do. Usually that is because there is an avoidance or a certain resistance to being still or not having something to do, quote. This is coming up for you in this way, right? And it's interesting as the beaver looks on, because the beaver as a personality type, right, I equate this to Virgo energy, is someone who can only really truly rest and enjoy themselves if they've had a good, hard day of work, right? So beaver is work hard, play hard, right? They're not going to be able to relax and enjoy themselves unless they know all the work from the day is done. Conversely, they're only able to work very hard and be the amazing, diligent workers and productive beavers that they are because they know how to take a break and rest. How's that going for you? Let's see what else is going on. I literally cannot, though. You got 3 major arcanas here? Okay, Leos. Okay. So we got the Fool in the last position here. Now, what I want to point out is that you see how these are like mirror images and they're even wearing similar clothes, and it's like, it's really interesting how that's being mirrored. So the Fool. So the tagline for the Fool is leap but look first. So it's about calculated risk, right? It's about calculated thinking and decisions that are, well prepared for and thought through, right? But it is brand new, fresh starts, new beginnings, taking a leap of faith, risk versus reward, all of that good stuff, right? This is also very much a state of mind, because this is, being in an energy where you believe that anything is possible and that you're on your highest and best path, right? I love how this is storyboarding for you, because It's like a cocoon around his head as well. It really does look to me, especially with your meditation, that it's like, trust that by taking some time out and there are aspects of yourself that feel drained or imbalanced. Now is the time to, during Sagittarius season, I don't know if there is a better time, to embrace some equilibrium around that, to let that beaver be your guide. And knowing that by doing so, there's nothing you're going to mess up or miss out on. You're still on your path. And then also, it's interesting that the major arcana, the Hanged Man in reverse, this could be a pattern that you've played out more than once, honey. Have there been times in your life when you have been in extreme energy to the point of either work or play where you've experienced, ill health or not feeling as great emotionally even because you haven't been living in a place of balance or equilibrium? It feels like there's this real resistance to kind of consider your patterns against or around extremism. Okay? As Leos, your other placements, of course, come into, effect here as well. But as Leos, you guys are a bit extreme, and I say that with love. You can be extreme in the best of ways, where you're the life of the party. You bring the sun into any room. You aren't afraid of allowing yourself to be seen. You're just comfortable in the spotlight or in the light of day. Brilliant, right? Brilliant. But there's also a flip side to that as well, right? Where when all of that stuff starts to drain your energy and it takes a lot out of you to be of service or be in the light or be your best self or be bright and shiny life of the party or be the social director of your group, whatever that is, what is the cost of all of that energy output? And are you taking the time and doing what you need to do to refill those reserves with and for yourself? Something in that. It feels like a pattern. It feels like it's something that's coming up for review so that you have all that you need to align with these opportunities coming down the line for you. That's what it feels like. Not just saying that. It's like, oh, do this so that this happens. Isn't that not? No, I feel this coming through for you. I'm seeing a wheel turning, like the wheel of fortune. Because I wanted to go like, well, when is this happening? When is this coming through? And then I saw the wheel turning. So it's not a defined time as to when this is happening. I do feel like it's somewhat imminent, but it's going to be changeable, something that's shifting. So that makes sense with the high priest as well. So it's about take your time being where you are and knowing that when you have filled your own reserves and reached that place of equilibrium and you come out of it the full or refreshed like, all feeling brand new like, that it's going to be the exact perfect and right time. I just heard January. If you can kind of wind down through the rest of this year and kind of tie up loose ends and give yourself this break before the new year begins, I feel like that's going to be brilliant and spot on for you. Let's get some advice. 2 for 1. Oh no. Oh my God, it's so good. Okay, first you have the Hermit, which is about being alone. Talk about cocoon. I love it when it's on the nose. So this is Virgo energy. Do you remember when I said that the Beaver equates to Virgo energy? Hello and goodbye. When you assume the Hermit position, you are allowing yourself to step outside of your everyday activities, people, places, and things, and schedule, and really be alone with yourself and asking yourself those questions that are bubbling up from within about what changes need to be made or considering how you are in relationship to what you're doing. Because it feels like you are more of a human doing than a human being in some way, shape, or form. And you're being asked to recalibrate that. Okay? Remember, this is like the opposite of Leo energy. It's like, this is the Leo energy of the sun. It's like, I think that's the sun and the moon. But it's like, what's on the other side with this flame, the lantern, your fire sign self? What is the cost of always being on and always doing and always achieving and always going for things? There's another cost to that. And that is the shadow side, the Hermit, where it's like, well, but what about me? When can I just be me with myself without shining, without worrying about what I'm going to say or what to do or what people need from me or expect from me or what I expect from myself? When can I just properly cocoon and really do me and recharge myself? And that is your advice, along with the 8 of Cups, which is so brilliant as well, because the 8 of Cups is releasing any kind of emotional confines that are restricting you. Because what's on the other side of the 8 of Cups? 9 of Cups, which is what? Wish fulfillment. So you're being asked to recalibrate and move on from things that are emotionally confining, restricting, or harming you, right? In favor of something that might be unknown, but is likely linked to wish fulfillment. When something is coming through for us down the line, right? And the universe knows this, our guides can see this, our higher self can see this a little bit better than we can, being human beings in our day-to-day experience. That's why meditation is so important, right? But when that's happening, we're usually being asked to recalibrate in some way or shift something to make room for what's coming in, or so that we're aligned in the perfect position to receive it or meet someone or align with an opportunity, right? So the universe is like, let's have them shift a little bit, take a time out, fill up their reserves, because they're going to need everything they got for this wonderfulness coming down the line. And how brilliant for you. This is coming up now as we're moving into the end of this year, because it's a very socially accepted time to do this, of like going in and being with yourself and moving more slowly and really sinking into the depths of the winterscape. Conversely, if you're in the southern hemisphere and you're going into summer, you can flip this in reverse as well, because summer, as its opposite, is also a time of going a bit more slowly and enjoying yourself. Interesting. Really beautiful. Let's get an oracle. You know, I'm feeling, actually, I'm going to switch it up a little bit. Normally I get an oracle, but I feel like your oracle wants to be the Akashic Tarot. I knew I was going to use this deck today, I just didn't know when. Let's get an oracle / Akashic Tarot. Stop it now, but don't you dare stop, because I can't even handle it. It's the light of the world. It's the hermit knocking on the door with the lantern, and the boy in front of the fire with the cat. I knew there was a reason I wanted this deck. The light of the world. What's really brilliant about this is this speaks of your higher calling and purpose and sharing it with others, right? But this is literally the lantern knocking on the door. And then Leo, you guys are the lions, but your domestic form is the cat. This is showing someone who is on the inside and being in their own space before they step out to share their light with the world. It's really about coming into balance. I'm also seeing, do you see the ring around the hanged man's head? And then do you see the ring around the hermit's head? There's something about the head, I'm telling you. There's something about the head. Mind tension, headache, how's your caffeine intake? There's something about that, okay? His head is covered. He's wearing a hat. He's wearing a hat. There's some attention to the head in some way, something going on there. Anyway, look at these double lanterns, right? The light of the world. Take the time to be where you are, to go within and rejuvenate yourself, because the time is coming where you're going to be asked to come out and continue to shine and be that light in the world and be seen. And I feel like taking that literally, be seen. You're going to be seen in the spotlight on a bigger platform from which you've previously been in some way, shape, or form, whether it's more responsibility at work, getting into a relationship that requires you to be seen in a new way, vulnerable, like, you know, whatever this is. Also, number 10, this is the number 10 key in this given deck. I said I saw the Wheel of Fortune turning. Wheel of Fortune is the 10th key in the major arcana, okay? I love it for you, Leos. This feels incredibly positive. I'm excited to see what's on the other side of this. So with that being said, I so hope that this helps and resonates. If so, please let me know in the comments below. I'd so appreciate it. Also, a bit of a drama with YouTube. They're unsubscribing people from my channel who are not interacting. So it's not enough to just watch anymore, people. If you want to stay subscribed, I'm gonna need you to leave a comment and like the video, even if it's just, you know, an emoji of a star or whatever, heart, whatever emoji you feel like. But that is the way to ensure that you stay subscribed. I don't know why they're doing it, but they are. So we're just gonna work with it. The link to join the waitlist for my Beaver and Intuitive membership is in the description box below. And lastly, just thank you so much for being here. And most of all, and as always, thank you for being you. And be well. Until next time.